We live?
We're live on TikTok.
Hey all TikTokers. Welcome to my 12th episode of Alex's Alien Awakenings. We're just waiting for YouTube to load up.
YouTube's up.
YouTube's up. Okay, we're live.
Yep.
We're live.
We're live.
Hey all, welcome to the 12th episode of Alex's Alien Awakenings. Today I wanted to share with you um what I'm feeling right now as I am perceiving myself transitioning from a undiscovered to a discovered artist. I also wanted to say thank you for all of you who have been an amazing support and listened to my weirdness. So I'm looking at my analytics right now. In the demographics, we got listeners' gender, we got 48% female, and then we got 48% male, we got 1% non binary, and then we got 3% non specified. And if we go over to the locations, we got 398 listeners in Brazil, 48 in the United States, 36 in Mexico, 33 in Colombia, 22 in Argentina, 20 in Nigeria, 15 in Chile, 13 in Spain, 12 in Turkey, 7 in Peru, 7 in Poland. Fuck yeah. And then we got let's see, the release engagement. Um I don't know why that's not loading. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go to the overview. Okay. So we got 658 listeners, 16 monthly active listeners, 1.3k streams, 1.9k listeners, 13 saves, 37 playlist ads, and then 75 followers. I guess the point that I'm in there's more to it. I kind of I blew up in a very erotic playlist. It's my song Holistic Lizard. I don't know how this happened. I wasn't even planning on it, but anyways, it's you know it's out there. There's this other streaming service that somehow I think it's called Ablone or something. It somehow pushed it out there to you know a lot of people doing that thing. So anyways, so here we are right now, and the point I'm getting to is you know as I'm being discovered, I'm trying to um not have imposter syndrome. I'm trying to, accept it as it is, leave it be, but also just use that as like motivation, I guess, to keep moving forward and making more art. And this is so interesting to me because my objective as an artist, and I really think like every artist is like this too, whether they say it or not. They're constantly finding their voice from deep within, and they're allowing themselves to transcend into the deep caverns of their own human psyche. And then that somehow radiates to the world when we do it right. That was my alien awakening right now. Anyways, I just released a song called Nobody, and ironically, that's when all this shit blew up. So my song Nobody somehow made me a somebody a little bit. I don't know. But anyways, so I'm working on this album right now, and it's called Gems of the Galaxy, and it's inspired by the idea of this great infinite unknown, the great wide open, as Tom Petty would have said. We're just constantly, you know, evolving and constantly expanding our imaginations. And I think my purpose in this life is to imagine all the life that's out there and incorporate that into my human existence. And it just really inspires me. I love to play with the concept of creating imagery in my music that you would think is impossible to achieve in reality. That's why I love the aliens and extraterrestrials, because it takes you out of this world, and I think we're too stuck in our own world to we're too stuck in our own worlds, and then we get lost in our own worlds. I wrote a song called Claustrophobic World, and I said on my website that we must break free from our robotic interfaces and be reborn again into this life. So I guess that's what I'm part of my mission right here. And I'm just so grateful to have you all a part of this. I'm trying to in the future put on my own music festival, and it's going to be called the Coexistence Festival, and it's going to be my music being is going to be the staple for other artists to have their own vision. And really, the way I feel about art is like we get so stuck into like this way of thinking like I need to be really good at art and be really skilled at what I do, but I I really feel that the authenticity of art comes from when we understand that, but then when we can forget it. So that's part of the reason why I love to, invite people who literally have just started learning to play an instrument or have had almost no experience to try to like make something because, I really believe that anybody should have the ability to be able to, get out there, put something out there, and see how it goes for themselves. And, I want people to I don't want to tell people what their voice should be. I want people to, have their voice and experience it in their own way. So, that's what I'm doing right now. So the song I just put out is called Nobody. I also just released a song and well or no I'm no I am releasing a song actually, and it's called Monsters, and that song is kind of like it is like the concept of monsters is that, you know, we're all a bunch of like scary people and villains out there. We can see that, but then we can internalize it in our own ways, in our own unique ways. And then the monster becomes diffused and we somehow radiate this beautiful energy amongst for ourselves, but then amongst others. So that's what I'm doing. I'm really so happy and thankful for the Odd Brothers because they've been just an amazing support for my vision. We've gotten so many things recorded and such a amazing pace where it has not felt at all rushed or dragged out. It's just the perfect amount of time for creativity to radiate. Really, what I want for everybody is for them to be able to have their own voice and for them to have their own creativity radiate from them because they love it. Not because I want them to do it, but it's really for them. So, yeah. Um, for all of you TikTokers and YouTubers, you know, who are, still watching this, who I haven't thrown off. um, so I I'm now I guess I'm now thinking about like what I don't know. I feel like I kind of have said right now what I'm meaning to say. I'm very stoked about Gems of the Galaxy. It's going to be a double-sided vinyl, and also just throwing out there, bassists, guitarists, and drummers in New York City. Bassists, guitarists, and drummers in New York City. I need y'all for my live visions on stage. I have a very specific vision. Y'all will, some of you will need to dress up as aliens. We'll have some wacky costumes and stuff like that, where we're kind of going in like the David Bowie, the Talking Heads, and the Pink Floyd kind of like psychedelic shit. We're doing that kind of thing a little bit. So I'd love to have whoever's interested to be a part of my my stage performances, and I'm trying to do the full bands thing routinely every month. Eventually, hopefully, leading to like a mini tour. I really want to do Woodstock. Um, I've actually for like the past like year and more, I've more. Funny enough, I've recorded most of my music with a band, but I my live performances have been just me as a solo artist, and now I'm ready to step it up to the next notch, but still while having the solo piano vocal performance, piano guitar performance, whatever. Um, so there you have it. Um, Welcome to this galaxy in 2026. It's Monday, right? Well, happy Monday. Um, Thank you for tuning in again to Alex's Alien Awakenings and hearing my wacky visions for the world. For y'all. Alright. Well, I guess have an amazing rest of your Monday. And we're gonna sign off. Peace.